Why do we go to hell? Now, let's start from the beginning. According to our religious people, Satan disobeyed God, you know, which means Satan had a problem with God. So God couldn't handle Satan, or God couldn't deal with Satan, that he has to send Satan on earth to stay with humans. And he didn't take away the powers before sending Satan down to earth. And it gets me thinking, if God could not handle Satan or deal with Satan himself, how can humans deal with Satan and yet will be punished if we are not able to resist or deal with Satan? Are we scapegoats? When they say when two elephants fight, the grasses suffer. So human beings are the grasses that suffer here. Does it mean that humans have to fight for God, not God fighting for humans? Because God left his fight for humans to fight for him. He couldn't handle Satan in heaven. He has to send Satan here on earth. Why? Why did God create a being that would disrespect him? Yet he gave that being so much power. Does he want to create a competition, a competitor? Is God playing gamble with human beings? These are questions our religious people have to answer. Why do we have to go to hell for something we did not start? We didn't start this battle. It was started in heaven, and God couldn't handle it himself. He has to send Satan down here. Why? Why? Yet, if we are not able to defeat Satan, resist Satan, we'll be thrown to hell to be with the same Satan. I don't really get that. I want our religious people to clarify this. Does it mean that God cannot fight his battle? Humans have to fight the battle for God. And I need honest answers.
Questions are very much important and they're very much asked by people. Now, to start with, why did God kill Satan there and then? Immediately Satan sinned. Why did he kill them? Now let's understand what was going on in heaven. The Bible in Isaiah tells us that the devil said, I shall exalt my throne above the stars of God. I shall be like the Most High. He was exalting himself. He wanted to be like God. He wanted to be God, actually. What was he doing? What happened? He went to angels. He started influencing them. He started making them think as though God is just another angel who's bossing around, wanting to say that we can also have the power, we can control ourselves. So when the devil deceived 1/3 of the angels, it's mostly because they knew that, okay, Satan is usually found close to God's throne because he was a cherubim, let's have in mind. So they thought to themselves, saying, perhaps he knows something which we do not know, because he's close to God anyway. So when they believed him, they wanted war. They wanted to conquer God. But what happened? God would have killed them there and then, but he did not. Why? Because if God killed the devil just there and then, Satan's point would have been proven correct. What is that supposed to mean? It would mean that if the devil was killed there and then, the other angels who did not believe the devil would have been like, oh, okay, maybe Satan was right. Maybe there's something which he knew, which God doesn't want us all to know. If it's for those angels who believe the devil, who believe the devil, they would have been serving God not because they want to, but because they are afraid, saying, if you don't serve God, you'll be killed. So instead of God killing the devil, he let it be. He wanted everyone else to see the consequences of sin and where this is going. And as you can see, these are the results of sin. These are the results of rebellion. Now the question is, why is it that when that happened, when God decided not to kill the devil, why is it that he was sent here on earth? He was not worthy of being there anymore. I mean, that place is heaven. So let's remember that when God created Adam and Eve, he gave them the freedom of choice. If he wanted, God would have made them like robots, to the point whereby they are just programmed to love God, not really that they have the choice to do so. Imagine you've got kids. To those who do, imagine you've got your kids in your room, and that's where you are. And then there's no door, no window, everything's locked, everything is sealed. You would be saying that my kids love me so much that they never leave my presence. So your kids never leave your presence, not because they love you, but because they have no choice. There's no door, there's no window, nothing is there. But instead, God created doors. God created windows. God let Satan be, but God warned Adam and Eve, saying that, listen, there's this dude who rebelled. God gave all the warnings, all the necessary warnings about the devil. The tree and the devil is what helped to identify whether or not those Adam and Eve loved God. If there was no tree, if there was no devil, they would have been serving God and there wouldn't be any evidence for their obedience. So the same example I gave about the door. So the door was there, the tree was there, the devil was there. but they had the choice to either leave or not. They had the choice to either obey or not. So it's not that God failed to handle the devil. No, God would have killed the devil instantly, but he was doing it for the sake of his angels. Because if he killed the devil instantly, those angels who believed God would have been questioning themselves, saying perhaps Satan knows something. That is why God has killed him. Then, as for those who believe the devil, they would have been saying that, okay, let's not do it anymore. Let's save God. So they would be saving God because of fear, not really out of love. So when it goes to Adam and Eve, why we've got the devil with us right now, it's not like God has failed, just as explained, but instead God has given a warning. So right now man has sinned. There's the door right there, meaning Adam and Eve decided to walk out the door through the fruit. Now that they're outside the door, God is telling them, saying that there's hope to come back. But remember, your adversary, the devil, as a lion, is walking around seeking whom he may what? Devour. So yes, we cannot handle such power, but God is saying, ask and you shall be given, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be opened unto you. So yeah, I know you've seen plenty of Christians kneeling down, praying, but it seems like their life is not getting any better. The Bible says, blessed is the person who endures till the end. So when you talk about victory, what is victory? It's something which you celebrate after what? After striving for it, after suffering for it. So God is giving a warning because the devil is upset. That is why the Bible tells us that pity to those who are on earth, because the devil has been cast down to you. That is where the devil is. So be careful. That's another warning. So just as God warned Adam and Eve about the devil being in the presence, he is now warning us. So, but right now, both the demons and the angels in heaven know the results of sin. They now understand, saying that, oh, okay, because let's have in mind that these are not gods. They can also rebel and they can also choose to save God. They're just like us in choosing. They have the right to choose and the right not to choose God. So they now all understand at this point, saying that, okay, so these are the results of disobeying God. These are the consequences of sin. So God gives us the power to resist temptation. In fact, the Bible tells us that God doesn't allow us to get tempted beyond what we are able to overcome. So please, you have that ability to overcome whatever temptation that is. So God is making a way in everything. So when you can talk about bad things, anything wrong, there is always a way. Now you can talk about Christian suffering. Why am I suffering? Why am I being poor? But I'm serving God. I'm doing my best and everything. The thing is, sometimes the things we ask for can destroy us. I can say, Lord, I'm asking for a cell phone. Assume I've never had a phone. Lord, I'm asking for a cell phone. Please, this and that. I study the Bible, I pray, I fast. I can control myself. That's what I can say. But God knows how to give gifts. He knows us more than we know ourselves. He knows that this person is able to handle a phone and this person is not able to handle a phone. I may have my phone with me. They may buy me a phone, but then I become so busy that I fail to study the Bible just as I used to. But some of them will be able to control themselves on those phones because we are made different. And it's not like it is God's fault saying, why did you make me the way I am? We can change who we are. We can say that, because there's some people who never enjoyed studying the Bible, but they now do. So it's all about changing yourself. So to summarize everything, God did not kill the devil instantly because he wanted the angels to see the consequences of sin. Now, why did God send the devil here? It's more like God put a door for us. Now, that door is like a choice, the freedom of choice. To either save God, that's what the Bible says. If it seems to be evil to you to save God, choose now whom you shall save. Are you going to save God or you're going to save the devil? As he says so, he says, he gives us a lot of promises. I shall be with you till the end. For as long as you decide to be with me, it's up to you. That is why we must even reach to the point of accepting God even till death. Because at the end of it all, there shall be a kingdom provided for us.